Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Video for modern dating here. Greedy single mother regrets asking for more child support. Please like, subscribe below. I really appreciate that. Let's give that chow time.
So he is the father?
That's what the DNA test results show. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can I pick a certain amount of back pay that I would like to do?
No, ma'am. Do you think that Mr. Avery should pay you retroactive child support?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's not what you said before. Miss Overstreet, your case is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There will be no child support. There will be no medical support. There will be no visitation. There will be no finding that Mr. Avery is the father.
I'll be on social media trying to convince y'all that being a single mom is fun, but let me tell you, I'm lying.
Yeah,
Her
no
greediness
shit.
led her to lose the whole case. She was awarded a considerable amount of child support, but somehow she thought she deserved more, but things didn't go well and the case was canceled.
Mr. Everett, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the alleged DNA test results in regards to the child journey. Is it okay if I see these results?
Yes.
State's Exhibit A is admitted into evidence.
So he is the father?
That's what the DNA test results show. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
This is the first issue. She was more surprised than the judge when
Right.
she found out he was the father. Guys, please make sure you
This is like a whole Maury thing. It's just picking and choosing who's the best person to be the father. And she was like, oh shit, he actually is the father.
protect yourself out there and avoid this type of situation. If you want some adventure, at least ensure you are protected.
Now, are you asking for back child support?
No, I don't want to do the back child support because he said he cannot afford to do the back child support.
Watch how quickly she will change her mind when she realizes he makes more than what she initially thought, but the judge will make her understand that this is not a game.
How much do you make an hour?
I make $3,500 every 2 weeks, gross.
And so what was his
No, he does pretty well. 70K a month. That's pretty good. The man's doing like what, 80K a year?
total gross for the last 12 months?
Total gross was, just to round it off, it was $145,599.
Oh wow, the man made a lot of money. $145,000.
And so what was his monthly gross?
Monthly gross is $12,133.
Have a close look at her head movement when she heard his monthly figure. This was the moment she decided she wanted to change her mind and request back payment.
Well, I mean, let's be honest about it, Mr. Avery. I mean, you testified that you make $3,500 over 2 weeks, but your employer told the state of Texas that you made over $145,000 last year. That's a lot more than 35.
Yes, I had a few questions that I had that I needed answered, if it can be answered. The first question I had was how much monthly is he supposed to be paying for Journey? How much monthly?
According to my calculations, it's $1,435. That's what I calculated at.
Okay. I'm listening to you and everybody else, and he showed me his check stub. So, but you guys are saying that it's like it's more. So it's like I'm like confused right now.
Once they mentioned the amount he made in the previous year, she will try to get more money even though they already told her she would be getting $1,400 per month, which was already a good amount. But somehow, she thought she deserved more.
Miss Randall, let me see if I might be able to explain it to you. I don't guess when it comes to the numbers. I just listen to the testimony and then I base child support on what the evidence is. And the evidence is that Mr. Averett earned over $145,000 last year. So while I understand Mr. Averett's concerns that he may not make that much money in the future, I don't have anything but the ability to guess at what he might make in the future. I know what he made last year, and I can base child support on what he made last year because that's what's been reported.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
At this point, the judge is trying to make her understand the amount she is supposed to get was already calculated based on his last year's income, so she shouldn't expect more money from him. This woman heard $1,400 a month and immediately realized it wouldn't cover all her expenses and she'd have to work, and that was a big no.
Yep.
The most important financial decision a man can make is who he has children with. So he is the father?
So you saying I make
Mr. Avery,
I have a question.
Mr. Avery, I didn't ask you any more questions. Please don't interrupt me when I'm talking to Miss Randall.
I'm sorry.
Miss Randall, you said that you wanted to move to Houston. Why do you think you should be allowed to go to Houston?
I had wanted to start over and be closer to my family. I have family out there, which I have family out here too, where I'm at as well. But the family that I'm closer to is out there in Houston.
This is the moment she messed up the whole thing. She wants to put him on child support, but at the same time, she already moved his child away from him. She should consider he also needs time with his child, and moving to another area would make things difficult when it comes to visitations. But luckily, the father knew she already moved.
When that may be, the problem is that Mr. Everett is entitled to time with Journey.
Yes, sir.
And if I let you move to Houston, then that's going to have a negative impact on Mr. Everett's ability to spend time with Journey, because based on his work schedule, he might find it difficult trying to go back and forth to see the child if he has to go all the way to Houston to pick up the child. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So that's the reason why there's a rule in place that prohibits you from doing exactly what it is that you want to do. Now, if you had some great reason for moving to Houston, if somebody had offered you some wonderful job over there, or you had gotten some scholarship at
Shout outs to the judge.
a college somewhere and you needed to move there to go to school,
You know, us in the manosphere talk a lot of shit on judges, but there's some good ones out there.
that might be a different story. But just because you need a change of scenery, whether it's the right way for you to go or not, that's not sufficient for me to allow you to move to Harris County.
At this point, the judge informs her that she won't be allowed to move, as it will affect the father's ability to see his child. This is when she realizes moving without permission was a mistake.
Mr. Everett, what if I discounted your child support if you let Miss Randall move to Houston? Would you be agreeable to that?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you'd be responsible, Mr. Everett, for driving back and forth to Harris County to see your child. I would give you a discount on the child support based on the fact that you would have to absorb the travel costs. Would you be willing to allow that to happen?
Yes. How much a discount is talking about?
I don't know. If you were going to spend time with Journey, it'd probably be pretty substantial, since you're going to have to be driving about, I don't know. If you live in Port Arthur, depending on what part of Houston she moves to, it could be as much as 3 or 4 hours back and forth.
At this point, the judge was trying to work something out between them to find a middle ground where she can move without affecting his ability to see his child. But have a close look at her reaction when the judge mentioned the reduction of child support. She didn't like that option. She wanted to move and still get the same amount. Did you see her shaking her head as if there was something wrong with that arrangement? If he will have to travel to see his child,
They don't want you to see their child. Their child is just there for leverage for money.
wouldn't it be reasonable to work something out so he can pay for the travel cost?
Is that something that you think you might be amenable to, Miss Randall?
I want to move, but I don't see, the problem is right now is I'm doing this for my daughter. I'm doing this for my daughter.
This is when she shows her priorities. She doesn't like the idea of reducing the amount she is supposed to get to support the father with the traveling cost when it comes to visitation. The best part was when she mentioned she was doing it for her daughter. If that was the case, she would be willing to accept it, as it will benefit everyone.
Well, you heard the figures, Miss Randall, $1,435. Do you think that's what I said I would set child support at? I mean, Mr. Everett had said something when we got started on this hearing that he thought you and he had worked something out. Did y'all work out a figure for child support?
Yes, but we did work something out. But now that I'm listening, and you guys went over the wages and stuff like that, I'm like, I'm still like kind of
This is the moment her greediness spoke louder. They
So
already had an
obvious.
agreement. Also, the judge already calculated his child support based on his salary, but she still
Yeah, not off of the $7,000 a month that he was saying. It was off of the $145,000 that he made last year.
thinks it's not enough. She wants some more.
Mr. Averett, you said that the 2 children that you have with the other lady in Louisiana, she keeps them during the day most of the time, but you have them on a pretty regular basis.
Yes, sir.
And you spend time with them, you see them.
Yes, yes, all the time.
And you support them, you give the mother money to support the children.
Yes, I do.
Anything else, Miss Overstreet?
No, Your Honor.
Miss Randall, I'll get with you.
No.
I promise. Miss Randall, is there anything else about this case you think I need to know about before I make a ruling?
I had a few other questions. Well, not any other questions. So he do have visitation, like he can come. Do I have to stay here, or like do I have to stay here in Port Arthur?
Yes, ma'am, you do.
Look at it. This is not what I wanted.
Does that mean
Really?
are you, Miss Randall, that doesn't mean that you can't travel, but the child will live in Jefferson County or a county that touches Jefferson County unless Mr. Averett agrees to allow you to move or the district judge agrees to allow you to move. That's the problem that you have when you have a child that's born in this county.
This is the moment she realizes she has made a mistake by moving without authorization. That was a smile of disbelief at the mistake she had made. She's like a child waiting to see what prizes she's winning. Her smiling ear to ear over her daughter not having her father in her life speaks volumes.
Yep.
She was so happy for the child support. She was already thinking about all the things she was going to buy for herself with that child support money.
Since I can't move, the young lady that I spoke to earlier, she asked me that I want to do back pay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I pick a certain amount of back pay that I would like to do?
No, ma'am. Do you think that Mr. Averett should pay you retroactive child support?
Mommy, let's finish. Let's finish. Whoa. You okay?
Yes. Yes.
But that's not what you said before. Before you said you didn't want back child support in this case because you didn't think that Mr. Averett could afford it. Now you're changing your mind in regards to that?
This is the moment she decided to change her mind and asked for the back payment. But the judge wasn't about playing this game with her. You can't
Shout outs to the fucking judge. We talk shit about judges and how they always rule with the woman. This man stood on his ground.
be changing your statement.
Ms. Randall, are you saying now that you've changed your mind and you would like some retroactive child support in this case?
Whoa. Let's finish.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Why do you think now that you should get retroactive child support after you've already said that you didn't want it?
My man.
Because he won't. Because I'm trying to work. Okay, this is why I feel some type of way.
At this point, she should stop going around the bush and tell the truth. She wants to get back payment because she saw the figures. It's that simple. But this move will make her lose the case as the father will drop a card which will cancel the whole thing.
Can I speak now, or?
I was just making sure. Is that all you need? That everything that you wanted me to hear, Miss Randall?
Yes, right now at the moment, yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Averett. Is there anything else you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
Yes, we did talk about she was going to waive the back child support. For whatever reason, she done changed her mind because of the living conditions. You know, she done waived it. She done said she wants the back child support. I don't, God forbid, what that's going to be. But anyway, Deja has already moved to Houston. And I disagree with the fact that I disagree with the fact that she's already in Houston.
I need to get this addressed right now. Is that true, Miss Randall? Have you already moved to Houston?
I have, and then I have not moved there.
Miss Randall, that's a pretty simple question, and it only requires a yes or no answer. Do you or do you not live in Houston?
No, I don't. I don't stay there.
What is your current address?
My current address is 3.
Just give me the city and the street.
Okay, 311 Drive.
And where is that? What city?
Houston, Texas, Harris County.
Okay.
This is the moment the father dropped a fact that dismissed the case. I bet he probably wouldn't have dropped it if she wasn't that greedy. But as she decided to go there, he also had no problem giving that information.
Thank you, Miss Randall. Is there anything further from the state of Texas?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Overstreet, your case is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There will be no child support. There will be no medical support. There will be no visitation. There will be no finding that Mr. Averett is the father. The mother has moved and changed residences to Harris County. And if a new lawsuit will have to be filed in this case, it will have to be filed in Harris County.
Can you?
So she was hiding this key information she knew the father was aware of, but somehow, she thought it would be a good idea to put pressure on him to get more money even though he was trying to be nice by keep her information. He wasn't going to rat her out about her move until she started asking for back pay.
Yep.
That's what she gets. Crazy how she wanted back child support but was shocked when she found out he was the father in the beginning. Went to the courthouse to file for divorce, and the people behind the counter kept trying to get her to do child support, not knowing I'm keeping our children. So she kept telling them, no, we aren't doing child support. The person looked at me as if I was making her say this, then looked at her and said, ma'am, it can really help you. I started laughing. Y'all don't realize y'all trying to put her on child support, not me. Child support stopped being mentioned after I said that. That was a surprising outcome. She definitely wasn't ready for it. But what did she expect at this point? You are hiding important information about your case. You are also trying to take a child away from his father, but at the same time are not willing to work an agreement when it comes to the reduction of the child support in case the father has to travel to see his child. You changed your mind regarding back payment. If she hadn't been greedy and taken the initial amount they proposed, everything would have been fine and she wouldn't have lost her case, but she wanted more and it didn't go as expected. Now she will have to start over.
Next, we have a single mother who finally decided to tell the truth about what it takes to raise a child alone. She used to tell her followers it's a good thing, and she is living her best life doing it. But in this video, she wants to tell them that she was lying about it, as it's actually hard to be a single mother.
No fucking shit.
I'm on social media trying to convince y'all that being a single mom is fun, but let me tell you, it's not fun. So when you see me talking about, ooh, MILF era, single mom era, peace, love, happiness, we're having fun, promise you, I'm lying. No, okay, I'm not lying. I love you to death, Halo. But it's hard out here. It's not peace, joy, and love, so.
I was waiting for that single mom song. No, I was never convinced. This validates the importance of choosing a compatible and reliable partner.
Yep.
I don't even want to claim the single mom title. I love being a mom, but boy, it is hard. I'm with my husband and being a mom is hard. I would like to know how anyone does it alone. Huge props to single moms. I appreciate the transparency. It's hard because you are not supposed to raise a child by yourself, as it meant to be done by the father and mother. Somehow some women think they can do it all perfectly alone, only to realize they were wrong.
Yeah.
She really thought we believed in it, but we already knew this game. We know most people don't display their
There's a whole song. Because you let them hit it raw.
reality on social media, and we knew she wasn't different. We knew she was lying when she claimed it was easy. There are other videos of women claiming it's the best thing they have done for their children, but they are probably looking at one side, probably the child support part. There are statistics proving that children raised by both parents are more likely to have better outcomes in life, and this is something they should take into consideration. Raising a child is already a complex process, even
People in our space, we love to say that men do just as well. No. We do very similar. We do not do just as well. A 2-parent household is still the number one. There's no reason to think otherwise. Yes, men do fare better with the children, and the children do have better outcomes with the father than the mother. But the 2-parent household is still key.
when it's done by both parents, let alone when it's done by a single one. The best they can do is select their child's father wisely. It will prevent all the drama.
This really shows the scammy side of child support, how just women just want as much as they can for whatever reason it is, mostly just to spend themselves. Shout outs to that judge. That judge, boom, laid down the law to where, what? Your bitch ass moved? Well, I have no jurisdiction over this. You're going to start over. Please like share them below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.